Hey everybody, Sean here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, grabbing the He Who Doesn't Exist achievement. This is to fight the third and final hidden boss, the Mysterious Man. You can fight the Mysterious Man as soon as you land in the end of the world and get the first cutscene when you set foot outside of the cave. Anytime after that point, if you return to Hollow Bastion and go to the castle chapel, you will notice the portal that you took to fight Maleficent's dragon form has reappeared. Also, if you take the time to talk to all of the princesses, they are going to tell you that something is weird beyond the portal, so you can take the time to do that if you want to flesh out the extra little bit of story here. Nonetheless, I recommend you only start this fight once you are very high level and have really good gear. So ideally, this should be one of the last achievements that you work on, and I recommend stocking up on elixirs or mega elixirs. This is going to be a team fight where you can take your party into it. As for your equipment, again, highly recommend Ultima Weapon, not only for its high damage output and long reach, but it also should give you 2 MP, and then any accessories that increase MP and HP. Once you are ready, step foot through the portal and you should get a cutscene, and then right after you should start the fight. So the first phase of the fight is going to start as a pretty basic sword fight. I recommend just staying close to this guy and then just start laying the smackdown. He is actually going to be very vulnerable to gravity early on in the fight, so if you want to stand back and cheese him and have the MP to burn, you can just keep spamming gravity, take advantage of Goofy's early MP gifts and any mega elixirs you have, and then you should be able to shred through his early health bar. Once you get about halfway through his second set of health, I recommend not only closing the distance because he will start using laser attacks, but I recommend summoning Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell should give you health in the background, and it's a good backup to have since you are going to be burning through most of your MP, especially if you plan on gravity spamming and also trying to heal yourself. Also take advantage of using Aroga once gravity becomes not too useful because it does do percent damage, and then obviously once he's past a certain point, it's not going to be super useful anymore. Once you get to the halfway point of the fight, he is going to start throwing out this multi-directional laser. There's a pretty good sweet spot you can use to avoid this. If you lock on to him and then just constantly attack, you'll keep deflecting off of him. However, you should clear enough distance to jump over a lot of the lasers. Once it's down, just make sure you keep hugging him. At this point of the fight, you definitely want to keep your HP full at all times. Try not to let it deplete too much because he's going to have this really nasty attack that can finish you if you're not too careful, and that's going to be his grab attack. If he does get it off, it can be pretty nasty because it's basically going to turn your command line into a roulette wheel, and you are supposed to stop it when it says release. So if you constantly hit the A button and you keep shocking yourself, you can actually whittle your health down all the way. So try your best to go into a grab situation with as full of health as possible. Having Tinkerbell in the background does help mitigate a lot of the damage, so that's always useful. And then if you happen to get past that, you should be able to finish him off. Once you do, you should be given a slew of prizes, including an EXP necklace, which isn't going to be too useful at this point in the game since we are almost level 100. You should also be given an Anthems report, which should ideally be your last one. And in addition to that, you should also be given a slew of achievements. First one is going to be He Who Doesn't Exist, which is for beating the Mysterious Man. That's going to be for 20 gamer score. If you happen to have the rest of the Anthems reports, you should also be given the Searcher achievement for finding all of them for 15 gamer score. More info on our actual Anthem report guide if you need more info on the rest of them, but this is where it should ideally unlock. The Mysterious Man is also going to be the last character you meet in the game, so you should get the Professor achievement for getting all of the character entries in your journal. And then finally, this should also be the last bit of story in the game that actually does get recorded into your journal. So if you happen to have the rest of the journal entries, such as the Trinities, the 101 Dalmatians, and the mini games, you should be given the Record Keeper achievement here for completing the journal for another 15 gamer score. And that's all there is to it.